Hello race car fans, we have another one of these BMW race cars from that 3 set. This is the one that won its class of the 24 hours race at the Nürburgring in 2005. And here's the other cars in the collection. It's only 3 cars in the collection in these 3 liveries alone. This thing is from 2012, so 10 years old now. Let us hope there's no paint rash. The first one, the paint was perfect, so let's hope this thing is good. The Japanese card here, some statistics. It's powered by a V8 engine, and in this year it's almost 500 horsepower. And this is meant for endurance racing, but I guess they left after 2005 because, this thing had a V8 engine, which wasn't really what M3s were about at the time. Regular road-going cars, I think, had inline sixes. So, I guess for homologation, they decided to not bother racing this anymore, but correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so it's Kyosho, so it has this plastic base. You gotta unscrew this thing off so you to get it off. Supposedly they offered 10 of these cars to the public, but Wikipedia says only 6 of them were actually sold, and the other 3 were like prototypes, and I guess the 10th one never happened. According to whoever wrote that article, whether that's, I don't know. Alright, so looks like this livery is a little bit different, the number, but the graphics look pretty similar. I wonder if this is maybe the number 2 car of that race. Alright, we got the big BBS wheels there. Yeah, Kyosho did an alright job there. I would say that's a pretty good representation of initial impressions, but my camera screen's pretty small, so maybe you can see more differences than I can. Alright, so all the printing here are tampos, very nice, no decal stuff, which I'm starting to really dislike in these modern brands. But anyway, so this is good. Really crisp printing. The wheels, let's start there. So pretty big spoke openings, there's air passing between them. No brake system though, but decent looking tires there. We have this vent that's just blanked off, but it's painted black, so it looks good. We got the side pipes, and then there's a depression there, so that's nice. I don't know if they're painted black in the middle. I think it's just deep. Well, it's hard to tell. But anyways, it looks realistic enough. Side mirrors are separate pieces, so they're not just casted blobs going into the A-pillar. The side windows have some black paint and they're raised molding as well. So let's try the back here. So unfortunately this, being a vent on the real cars, is blanked off. I kind of feel like they could have made this deeper, like this, right? But for some reason it chose to offset the surface of the fender flare instead of having that deep like that, which is kind of weird. Strange decision. And it looks like there's like a carbon fiber texture, like a crosshatch texture on that black. Oh, it's probably a screen. Oh, maybe that's what it is. It's just the photograph is a little small. I think this might be a mesh screen, and that screen follows the curvature of the fender flare. So maybe, yeah, Kyosho probably did the right thing. I'm just not very attentive. Alright, so the taillights do look good though, because you can see the separation of the backup light pretty nice. I think it's the silver paint on the back side. And then thick red lenses looks nice. We have some black here. I think it's just a smooth surface. No, I can feel a little edge, so it's a small depression painted black. Interesting, why is that there? I can't tell on the real photograph. I think there's like a switch or a cutoff or something there maybe. Or maybe, I don't know. Alright, BMW roundel looks alright. And then all the other racing livery looks pretty good as well. The Michelin can read. So the wing is horizontal, so that's nice. The Z4 was a little crooked. Decent enough details. It's got a curve to it, top and bottom side, so it seems like a real wing. This side here, not bad. You can kind of see the edges of the casting coming through there. It's hard for white paint to cover stuff like that. The riding stance is very good. It's very low, so unfortunately though that means it's dragging. I can feel the drag. see that front wheel's not spinning, so, but I'm okay with that, doesn't bother me. Alright, going to the front, nice clear lenses again, and then some molded details looking like some light buckets back there. The grill's separate plastic piece, but it feels smooth, and so I think all the grill is just silver paint on top of that black plastic piece, not molded. Alright, this is a pretty foreign vent. I can hear a texture. Yeah, so there's a texture as part of this plastic base. This here, you can kind of see a texture on the casting there, painted black. Same here, different texture. A tiny little impression of a wiper blade, but it's only one. You would think there'd be two, but maybe a race car, they took it out for weight, right? It only needs to clear the part where the driver sits. So let's get the flashlight and see what kind of interior this race car has, or what Kyosho may have mimicked. Fortunately, the banner on the windshield's really blocking the view there. Hold on, it's hard for me to get the focus here. Alright, so yeah, that racing seat looks pretty good. You got the bolsters for the helmet, some harnesses molded in there. The steering wheel is pretty thin. It's not like a Hot Wheels. And then, yeah, the passenger side is totally gutted out to save weight, and now you can see a black roll cage. And then it's like a fire extinguisher bottle, I think, there on the floor. So decent enough. I'm just trying to look through the back here what that roll cage might look like. I can't see it. Interesting though, the rear window. What's that detail? I guess the back. I think there's more details of that back sill to the trunk, you know. Looks like there's some molded details. Pretty nice interior actually. All the ribbing of the stamped unibody. But now I'm noticing here on the back window they actually have, you know, two black stripes to support maybe something from fracturing or breaking in an accident. But anyways, all tampo printed again, so very nice. Alright, so another nice model. 10 years old, but I don't see any paint rash. Did you guys? I think this thing's perfect. So even though the box was opened, whoever owned this before took good care of this guy. So very nice. I lucked out. Let me get that thing rotating. So a couple other BMWs. We have a Mini GT branded road car of the Alpina, earlier generation M3. And then another Mini GT of a more modern M4, which is basically a two-door coupe of the M3. And then Para 64 has this M3, which are the four doors. But I did a wheel swap on this one to alloy wheels. The downfall of the Para 64 are those blanked off exhaust tips. You know, Kyosho has some depth and detail, and same with Mini GT on their exhaust tips, but the Para not so much. Okay. Oh, I also did, if you're wondering, I repainted the interior of that, and I think I possibly repainted the wheels on this as well. It may have come with black wheels, and you know, I can't see much detail with that. Alright, well, another happy ending to this review. I'm used to so much paint rash from old Kyosho models, but this set is pretty good. Again, it's from 2012, so I think Kyosho may have started making 164s in the early 2000s. So after a decade of experience, they obviously got better. Maybe the paint, the way they painted the latter models has more primer or something like that, and so it's less susceptible to bubbling. Or maybe it's just down to luck. Alright, well, I guess hang out, and I'm gonna get that BMW M1 from this 3 set up in that review later. Okay, see ya.